The ayes are 61, the noes are 60. Schedule 2 will stand part. We now come to the question of the preliminary clauses, that is, clauses 1, 2 and 3 stand part. The Paul Foster-Bill.
E te kai whakahaere tēnā koe. Thank you, Mr Chair, for allowing me the opportunity to take this call on the title and commencement clauses of the bill. Sir, this bill in Sue Moroney's name is called the Parental Leave and Employment Protection 6 months paid leave and work contact hours amendment bill. It is quite a mouthful, and it does, to some extent, I suppose, do what it says on the label. It is about paid parental leave. It is about protecting the employment of those workers who are on parental leave so that they have work to come back to. But where I take some, I suppose, contention with the proposed title is the 6 months paid leave, because that isn't actually what the bill does, not initially anyway. When this bill was first looked at the Select Committee, it came in 3 tranches. There was the parts of the bill which were supposed to come into force on the 1st of April 2016. Of course, those were overtaken by events, and we have amended the bill accordingly. And although there was no agreement in the Select Committee on the bill as a whole, we did agree it would be patently ludicrous to have a commencement of some clauses which had been overtaken by events. There had already been an increase delivered by this government in paid parental leave duration, but also the work contact hours had already effectively, although not under that name, the staying in touch provisions to allow parents on parental leave to keep in touch with the workplace, to keep up to date without losing their entitlement. Those had already been enacted by this government. So the bill as it stands now, when it comes into force, there will not be 6 months paid parental leave, or 26 weeks as it is described in the bill. Initially, when the bill first comes into force, as of 1 April 2017, there will be 22 weeks paid parental leave, and this doesn't then increase to the 26 weeks, so the extra 4 weeks is added on 1st of January 2018. So in my view, Mr Chair, this is not an entirely accurate description of what this bill does. It should perhaps be the Parental Leave and Employment Protection, first 22 weeks next year and then 26 weeks the year after that amendment bill, because that, Mr Chair, would be, I think, a more accurate description of what it actually does. I know it doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, but it would at least portray this bill in a faithful manner, and I think that is something that we should consider in this committee stage, so that it is fully understood that as of the moment it is signed into law by the Governor-General, it won't deliver 6 months paid parental leave. That is something that is coming down the track, and when one gives it seems little consideration to the fiscal impact of what one's doing, one does wonder why you would simply stop at 6 months when you're in the position of the opposition of being able to promise very, very much and not consider too much what else has to be sacrificed to pay for those promises. You do wonder, one does wonder, sir, why you would simply stop at that 6 months or 26 weeks, and why you wouldn't keep on going. But anyway, that's my suggestion, Mr Chair, that we bring some accuracy to the naming of this bill and make it very clear to the New Zealand public that it is in fact not 6 months paid parental leave that they will be entitled to from the commencement of this bill on the 1st of January 2017.
Can I just check, did the member move an amendment then, or? No, he didn't. Right, okay. Brett Hudson.
Thank you very much. Rise to speak on the